Hello, my name is Alek Robison. I'm your humble hypnotist from the sideshow of Circus. Today, we're going to be using what we discussed earlier to go through an actual hypnotic experience. Now, my little sister here has decided to help me with that. Say hi, Zee.
Hi.
Hi. And so we're just going to go over the basic things. I won't be fully hypnotizing her, but we'll be going through the steps of what you can do to hypnotize someone on the streets. Now, you want to do something what's called compliance testing. You want to make sure that your subject, the person you're hypnotizing, is willing to do what you say, is willing to follow your suggestions and to go through the entire experience. So what I usually do is I say, hey, can you stand over here for me, please? And that right there, that proves they're willing to follow what you say. Now, there's other methods you can do. You can do the swallowing one. It's where normally when you swallow your spit and you're in a group, people who are more subjective to hypnotism will swallow as well. One thing I also like doing is I just pull out my phone for a second and I put it back. Then people who pull out their phone and check it too, they're suggestible. So they're a bit more fun to hypnotize. So once we have the suggestion and the compliance tested, we can take it a step further. And I say, okay, can you put your hands up for me, please? Now I want you to put your hands up kind of like this in front of you, just like that, beautiful. And stay right there, now focus on this one spot for me. And then we go through the abs formula, which is we attract attention. Right here, I have her attention focused on this spot. We'll turn her sideways so you can see her a bit better. I have her attracted to this point right here. Usually what I like to do is I have them a little bit above eye level. That way it puts a little strain on the eyes and it makes them want to close them a bit more. So we were just right here, so just above eye level. And then now use your tonality to start piggybacking on previous suggestions. So far I told her to put your hands up and to look in between. And now I'm going to slow down my words and I'm going to say one word. And as I say this word, you begin to feel its effect on you. And the word is closer. Closer. And the more you hear this word, and the more that you feel this word on you, it will begin to take effect as you focus on that one spot right there. Very good. Now ready? Closer. And closer. As you begin to feel your hands come closer. Close. So now what we've done is we've attracted the attention and we've drawn it to one space. Right here, it doesn't really matter if they're responding or not. Usually if they're responding, that usually means that they're a good hypnotic subject. But if they're not, it usually means they're distracted or in their mind they're thinking, you can't hypnotize me. And so once we've attracted the attention, then we bypass the critical factor with a command. So right here, I have it right here. I say ready, closer, and now sleep. And then with a snap, with a little tap of the head, they usually follow the command. Just go ahead and follow the command and sleep. And just right here, right now, this is what they'll usually do. Every now and then you'll get a subject who like start falling over, and that's okay. You can use that to your advantage. You can do one of two things. You can just let them down to the ground and just leave them there and continue your hypnotic suggestion from there. The downside to that is you have to be strong enough and be willing to put them to the ground. But the benefits of that is that everybody can see it a lot more visually and makes the entire group a lot more suggestible. But if you're just doing one person and you're just doing a one-on-one thing, you can usually just say, now your feet are still planted to the ground and you'll be firmly and greatly asleep. And then you can just follow along like that. And so now we've attracted the attention, we've bypassed the critical factor, and they're in their hypnotic trance. Okay? So they're in their hypnotic trance, so just like that. And here's the time when you just make it go deeper. You want to strengthen that relationship that you've bypassed the critical factor, because you don't want to go through all of this again just to replant another suggestion. What you want to do is you want to be able to jump right back to it. So right now you really want to magnify this part. You want to say you're feeling more relaxed, and as you feel more relaxed, you begin to feel better and greater about yourself, which means you can relax deeper. And as you relax, the better you feel. And the better you feel, the more relaxed. And just kind of piggyback on your own words and just magnify the entire thing. And that in itself will make a deeper trance and allow them to be more suggestive. And once they're at that deep suggestive state, you can see them. You can see them just breathing heavily. They're just in a trance, and you can really tell they're practically sleeping. Now's the time you give the suggestion. I do a practice suggestion, just a light one at first. So I say like your feet are stuck to the ground, or you begin to feel a little twitch in your hand, or just something small. So that way, as you go along, you can get bigger and bigger and bigger, piggybacking on the last suggestion, allowing you to do bigger and cooler things. And so with that, that's the basics of hypnosis. Now there's the revival how to bring them out of hypnosis. It's really easy to do. All I do is put them back into a sleep-like state, and you say to them, in a moment, I'm going to tell you to come out of hypnosis. And you're going to feel refreshed, relaxed, alert, absolutely fantastic, as if you had a full night's sleep. And you're going to come right out of it completely and no longer hypnotized. Ready? 1, 2, 3. And there you go. And that's it. So thank you for watching. Thank you, Z, for being a part of this for me. I'm Alek Robison, your humble hypnotist, and this is the Sideshow Circus.